Here's a harsh truth I need everyone to understand. Broke people think millionaires have a secret handshake. But reality check. They just have habits so weird your friends would roast you for doing them. But you know what? Those quirks are why they're even rich in the first place while everyone else is scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m. broke. This video won't be like the others, cause today I'm about to reveal 12 unusual habits that turn normal people into millionaires. Because if you're tired of the 9-to-5 chokehold, sick of watching prices rise while your paycheck stays flat, and you've ever thought, what do the rich know that I don't? You're in the right video. These 12 habits aren't the basic save money nonsense. They're unusual. They're borderline odd, but they turn ordinary people into millionaires. And trust me, once you learn this, your mindset on money will never be the same. Let's get straight into habit number 1. Habit number 1, the ruined notebook ritual. The first thing you need to know, which is very important, millionaires destroy notebooks. No, seriously. They fill pages with chaotic thoughts, terrible ideas, half-drawn diagrams, and to-do lists that would make no sense to anyone else. Why? Because ideas are currency. Every breakthrough, from TikTok apps to billion-dollar businesses, started as a random thought someone bothered to write down. I'll give you a real-life example. Take Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She jotted down a ridiculous idea about cutting the feed off pantyhose. Boom. Billionaire. The notebook didn't look pretty, but it made her bank account gorgeous. Your notes app is full of grocery lists and gym reminders. Cute millionaires. They're out here writing million-dollar madness that looks like alien hieroglyphics. I got an easy solution for you. Just try this out. Start carrying a notebook or use a voice note app and capture every idea. 99 will suck. 1 will change your life. So now you've got a notebook full of what looks like nonsense. Perfect. Because habit number 2 turns that nonsense into something your broke friends will call luck. Let's go. Habit number 2, the weird math mindset. All right. Now, let's just start with the facts. Normal people hate math. Heck, even I do sometimes. But millionaires, they bend math to their will. They use what I call weird math, turning every dollar into an employee. While your friend spends $100 on shoes, a millionaire asks, how do I make this $100? Hire me more dollars. Let me try and give you an analogy so you can fully understand. Imagine 2 people. Person A buys a $1,000 TV. Person B invests $1,000 into a dividend stock that pays $50 a year forever. One gets Netflix, the other gets Netflix and cash flow. Who wins? Broke people use math to calculate discounts. Rich people use math to calculate freedom. Real estate mogul Grant Cardone took every extra $100 and shoved it into assets that made him more money. That snowball turned into an avalanche. Here's what I want you to do. Start asking yourself, will this dollar work for me, or am I working for it? That simple habit rewires your brain. Now you've got a notebook of ideas and a math brain on steroids. But habit number 3, this one will freak out your friends because it involves saying no to something they all worship. Habit number 3, the antisocial scroll detox. Pay attention to what I'm about to say, cause here's a millionaire habit that's almost rebellious. They quit mindless scrolling. Now, I know that's hard to grasp for some of you. While everyone else is glued to Instagram, millionaires are creating the content or the business. Others waste time consuming. Shark Tank billionaire Mark Cuban once said he reads for 3 hours a day, not scrolls, reads. And that's how he finds trends before they become trends. Meanwhile, your friend just spent 45 minutes watching a raccoon eat grapes on TikTok. Congrats to the raccoon. Just stop, sit down, and really think about it for a second. Every hour you scroll is an hour you could learn, build, or invest. Millionaires, cut the scroll and replace it with intentional input. Books, podcasts, mentors. It's hard to explain this in detail, but what I want you to do is this. Delete one social app for 30 days. Watch how much. Your brain and bank account. Thank you. Oh, and it's not just about habits here. If you're someone still working on your path to financial freedom, be sure to subscribe to the channel and consider becoming a member to get the full scoop and stay updated on all upcoming videos. Ready to freak out your friends even more? Habit number 4 is so strange it sounds like a prank, but it's the millionaire habit that quietly prints money. Habit number 4, the invisible networking trick. Let me explain something important about networking. Millionaires don't just network at events with name tags. They do invisible networking, building relationships before they need them, often without the other person realizing it. Think of it like planting seeds. You help someone share value, make a connection with no immediate ask. 6 months later, that seed grows into an opportunity. Meanwhile, everyone else is networking like a Tinder date. Awkward, desperate, and ghosted in 24 hours. Here's a man you may or may not be familiar with. Howard Schultz, before Starbucks exploded, spent years forming small connections with suppliers, investors, and influencers. When it was time to expand, doors opened without him even knocking. I need you to change your mindset, and here's exactly how to do it. Start giving before asking. DM someone valuable advice. Comment insightfully. Share opportunities. Millionaires know relationships print money. Okay, now you're planting invisible seeds. But habit number 5, it's where we turn your whole daily routine upside down, because this one separates the wannabes from the wealth builders. Habit number 5, the boring obsession routine. Now, I know this might sound confusing, but it's actually an easy concept once you truly understand. Millionaires have a weird obsession. They fall in love with boring things while the world chases shiny objects. Crypto today, NFTs tomorrow. Millionaires obsess over boring habits like tracking expenses, automating investments, and reinvesting dividends. Take billionaire Warren Buffett, for example. The man literally eats the same breakfast every morning. Why? Because his brain isn't wasting energy on small decisions. It's compounding wealth. Meanwhile, broke friends are switching budgeting apps every week, hoping the app magically pays their bills. Here's a relatable example. A friend of mine automated $50 into an index fund every week for 5 years. Now he has a portfolio worth more than his car. Boring? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. Basically, what I'm trying to explain is millionaires commit to routines that seem dull but produce explosive results. Find a boring habit. That builds wealth. Then repeat it until your friends start asking, "How do you do that?" All right, so now you're boring your way to the bank. But habit number 6, this one's spicy. It's about using fear as your secret growth hack. Habit number 6, the fear flip. All right, here's where millionaires get really weird. They chase the things that scare them. Normal people avoid fear. Millionaires flip it into fuel. They understand that fear is a compass pointing to growth. Take Sarah Blakely again from my previous example. She forced herself to do something uncomfortable every day. She even credits embarrassment for her billion-dollar success. Meanwhile, your coworker's biggest risk is trying a new coffee flavor. Bold. But please listen to me carefully because I want to give you a golden piece of advice. Millionaires invest when the market is scary. They speak up when it's risky. They launch businesses while others wait for the right time. The fear habit rewires your brain to see opportunities where others freeze. Now, I got an easy solution for you, and you can even start this today. Write down something that scares you. Pitching an idea, starting a side hustle, calling a potential mentor, and do it this week. Millionaire growth lives outside your comfort zone. Okay, so you're out here flipping fear like a pro. But habit number 7. This one is so bizarre it'll make you question reality. And it's the millionaire's not-so-secret weapon. Habit number 7. The self-talk power move. Okay, now this one might freak you out a bit, but please just hear me out real quick. Millionaires talk to themselves out loud, sometimes in the mirror. Sounds insane, right? But it works. They use affirmations and mental scripts to program their brains for success. Jim Carrey, before fame, wrote himself a $10 million check and visualized success daily. A few years later, he got a movie role. Guess how much it paid? $10 million. Meanwhile, normal people talk to themselves to remember where they left their keys. Here's a relatable example. A young entrepreneur I know starts every morning saying, "I'm the kind of person who attracts opportunities." Sounds cheesy until you see how his brain starts spotting those opportunities everywhere. So what's the key takeaway? Words shape your world. Start speaking to yourself like the millionaire you're becoming. Trust me, your brain listens. You're talking to yourself like a boss now. But habit number 8. This one flips the script on how you spend your time. It's why millionaires seem to get more done with fewer hours. Habit number 8. The time investor trick. Now, I need you to understand this clearly. Millionaires don't spend time, they invest it. They treat hours like dollars. Every choice is evaluated. Does this activity bring me closer to my goals or rob me blind? Elon Musk blocks his day into 5-minute chunks. 5 minutes. Because time isn't just money, it's leverage. Meanwhile, your buddy just lost 3 hours arguing with strangers on Reddit. Investment, 0. Return, negative IQ points. As I've explained throughout the channel, millionaires outsource low-value tasks. They delegate chores, automate bills, hire help so they can focus on high-value actions that multiply results. It basically comes down to this. Start treating your time like cash. Audit your day. Cut what doesn't grow you. Double down on what does. I mean, it's an easy concept. Just no one is willing to do it. Now you're investing time like a hedge fund manager. But we're not done. Habits 9 through 12 are where the real transformation happens. And habit number 9, it's a psychological game share. Habit number 9, the income layering hack. I've said this time and time again, and guess what? I'll say it again. Millionaires don't rely on just one paycheck. They layer their income like a cake. Multiple streams stacking on top of each other. While the average person clings to one job, millionaires create side hustles, investments, and passive cash flow streams that work while they sleep. A guy like Jeff Bezos didn't quit his job to start Amazon. He built it on the side. Most millionaires keep their day job while creating layers of income underneath until one layer explodes. Meanwhile, your neighbor is betting all his wealth on lottery tickets. Yeah, good luck with that millionaire plan. Here, watch this. Think about someone who drives for Uber on weekends, invests those earnings into stocks, and uses dividends to fund an online business. That's 3 layers working at once. Now, I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what's my second layer? Then build a third. One day, those layers will cover your bills and your dreams. Got your income cake baking? Good. Because habit number 10 takes this layering mindset and flips it to how millionaires spend money. And it's not what you think. Habit number 10, the luxury delay rule. Before I dive into what the heck this actually means, let's get something straight. Millionaires have a weird relationship with luxury. They delay it. They could buy the car, the watch, the mansion, but they wait. Why? Because they let investments buy luxuries, not salaries. Take Keanu Reeves. You remember the Matrix guy, right? The man's worth hundreds of millions, but rides the subway and keeps it low-key. He only spends big when investments cover it. Effortlessly. Meanwhile, your buddy just financed a $70,000 truck to impress strangers at stoplights. Spoiler, the bank's the only one impressed. A young millionaire I know drove a $2,000 car until his investments paid for a Tesla in cash. No loans, no stress. That's the game. Don't say, I can afford it. Say, my assets can afford it. Millionaires let money make the buy, not ego. So, you're delaying luxury. Smart. Because habit number 11 is about spending, but not the way you think. It's the millionaire move that multiplies everything. Habit number 11, the buy back your life habit. Now, let me explain to you the next thing, and I'll go over it quickly because I've explained it many times, and I'll explain it again in the next part of the video. Millionaires spend money on one thing above all, buying back their time. They'll happily pay someone to mow the lawn, do the taxes, or handle chores, because that time gets reinvested into making more money or enjoying life. A mentor once told me, every time you spend an hour on a $10 task, you're saying your time is worth $10. That hit hard. Meanwhile, your broke friend spends 3 hours assembling IKEA furniture to save money. Yeah, he saved $50 and lost his sanity. I need you to drill this in your head. Millionaires outsource low-value tasks, freeing themselves to focus on wealth-building moves, quality family time, or personal growth. Start asking, can I pay someone to do this so I can focus on what matters more? That's buying freedom. Now you're buying back hours like a boss. But habit number 12. Oh, this one. This is the ultimate mindset shift that ties all 12 habits together. Habit number 12, the relentless curiosity edge. If there's one point I want you to take away from this video, it's this. The final habit, relentless curiosity. Millionaires never stop learning, asking questions, or challenging assumptions. They treat every day like a classroom and every mistake like a lesson. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science through books and asking experts questions. Books, questions, curiosity. That's it. Meanwhile, your coworker thinks learning ends after high school. Yikes. If you've been following the channel for a while, you already know. Millionaires read, listen to podcasts, attend events, and surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking. They're obsessed with growth. Bottom line, feed your brain like it's starving. Every new skill, book, or idea is a potential million-dollar trigger. So, now you've got 12 habits that seem weird, but secretly build wealth. But what's the point of knowing them if you don't use them? Look, you don't need to win the lottery. You don't need to be born rich. You just need to adopt habits that ordinary people call weird. Because these 12 unusual habits, they're the difference between staying stuck and breaking free. Millionaires aren't superhuman. They're just normal people who do abnormal things consistently. Start with one habit, then stack another. Watch your life change faster than you thought possible. Just watch. 5 years from now, you'll either wish you started today or you'll thank yourself for it. Which one's it going to be? If this video sparked something in you, don't let it die here. Comment the words future millionaire so I know who's really serious. And if you're truly motivated on building wealth, there's actually a huge difference in the lifestyles between being broke and millionaire status. We break it down in complete detail in this next video. Click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.